Welcome back to the All-American Savage Show podcast. I am your host, John Burke, with my beautiful, bearded, heterosexual Jewish life partner, Josh, over there operating those controls like an FBI search warrant guy in the van. He's just sitting there pressing buttons and checking comms and violating constitutional rights left and right.
I know.
Oh, man. I go on vacation for one weekend. What happens? I go on vacation for one fucking weekend.
Can't leave for 5 minutes.
I can't leave for 5 minutes, and they just start fucking things up, and Daddy Burke has to come back. Oh my God! What would these people do without me? What would they do? What would they do? Oh my God! A lot to get to today. If you're out of the loop and you don't know what's going on, just turn on the news. You'll see what's happening very quickly. We're gonna get to it, but first. Thank you for coming back to the show. I just got back from vacation. That's where I've been. I announced it on Twitter and other places that I was going on a little mini vacation. Went up to Broken Bow, Oklahoma. It was fun, man. We rented a cabin, did some horseback riding, ATVing, rented a pontoon boat, went out on the lake, chilled, relaxed, did some hiking. Athena came with, had a lot of fun. It was a really good time.
She went with you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She came with me, and it was just, it was chill, man. Much needed relaxation, was barely on my phone. It felt great to unplug from the social media matrix, and it was good.
Yeah.
But how was your weekend?
It was good. Just getting ready to get the kids back in school. This is the last week.
I bet you're ready. I bet you're ready.
It's been a long summer.
You better go back to school. Daddy's got to do some stuff.
It seems like yeah. Well, I took yesterday off, too.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep. Dude, I took the Tesla there.
Oh, really?
And, so this is the thing about Broken Bow.
Well, I guess you don't have a choice.
No, I could have. We could have taken my girl's car, but we took my Tesla because it was only 119 miles, and I had it supercharged up to like 320. I was like, we're good. I get there, and it's like, oh, they don't have any charging stations around here. It's like, fuck. So I went and bought an extension cord, just plugged the car into the house outlet on the outside there, and you know, the difference between 110 and a 220 is the 110 charges at about 4 miles an hour. So it only adds 4 miles to your battery per hour. Yeah. Ugh. So I went and rented a little slingshot scooter thing for us to use while we were there, which was a lot of fun. I love that. And let the car charge for a few days till we got back up. It only charged up to like 220 or some shit like that. And I screwed up because I left it on dog mode because I left Athena in the car to go grab something. And you put it on dog mode and it keeps the AC on, which is really cool. And it has a display thing on the iPad looking panel in the front that says dog mode, AC is on, temperature, please don't break windows, whatever. It's pretty cool. So I think I left it on. I came back and I drained like 40 miles worth of battery life. It's like, fuck me. So we drove back, and there were no chargers on the way. We made it into my driveway with 1% battery life left and roughly 3 miles left on that motherfucker. And you want to talk about, like, anxiety. It's like, well, vacation's over. We're back. We're back. Dude, like, I pulled it. I was like, I don't think we're going to make it. Like, oh, my God. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, because to tow a Tesla, you can't just, like, drag tow it. You have to put it on the bed. And I'm like, fuck me. That's going to be such a pain in the dick. I don't feel like dealing with this. And I was like, it's too hot. It's just way too hot. And I was like, I'm not pushing this motherfucker.
That's what you get for buying a Tesla.
Well, we made it, so suck my balls. Suck my balls.
Sounded real stress-free there toward the end.
Dude, I was getting nervous. I was just like, oh, we might have to. Because the other detour to get to an actual charging station said charging station not in full use. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Does that mean like I can't use it? I'm like, so.
Yeah, you get there. And
and then if I would have done that and it wouldn't have worked, I'd have been fucked. I'd have been out of battery life. So it's like, okay, we're going to have to chance it. We just divert power from the main engines to the fucking...
I'm a petrol man.
I'm a petrol man.
You know?
Yeah. I'm to the point where I need to just buy myself an old beat-up truck just to have for gas power to go on these trips and shit like that. I've always needed a truck. But I don't think you can call yourself a Texan without a truck. I don't know. I think it's written in like Texas constitutional law somewhere. I don't know. It's whatever. But dude... all throughout when I come back, my DMs, Twitter, Instagram's like, have you seen what's going on? And I'm like, no. And then I pull up the news like, oh, okay then. Like, that's weird. Yeah. So for those that don't know, FBI has raided Trump's Mar-A-Lago retreat. And we're going to get into this, plus some other news. But first, before we start that, this episode is brought to you by Shell Shock CBD. Appreciate y'all's love and support over in our great company. I read the article again this morning from the FTC. Sean Whalen's company has been fined $200-something thousand.
I saw that.
It's like, damn, dude. And then he comes out and says he disagrees with their decision. But why?
I had a conversation with somebody this morning, kind of. But, when people really want to support American patriotic companies, right?
Yeah.
And there's going to be people who kind of want to take advantage of
100%.
that. It's not to say that his messaging behind his company was bad. I think it was good messaging, but when you start to do stuff like that, when you peel
some shady
labels
shit.
off and then put made in the USA, you know it wasn't made in the USA, and you try to lawyer it up to make it sound like, okay, well, maybe he was just trying. Well,
no, that was being shady.
Yeah,
there's no ifs,
shady.
ands, or buts about that. That was being shady. Everybody knows that. I mean, that would be the same as us lying, saying, hey, our products are made here in America, but they're not.
Yeah.
That's a blatant lie. So it doesn't matter what the medium is, be it clothing or supplements or Delta Oil, it doesn't matter. If you're lying to your audience, and that's the reason why I don't do business with a lot of people. Like stuff like that, it's just like, no. That puts bad press out there, that puts dirt on your hands, absolutely not. So, but yeah, they fined him. And he said he disagreed with it because apparently a year or two ago, they made a video talking about this. I was like, that doesn't justify it. You're still lying to your audience because I'm pretty sure not everybody's seen that video, especially it being 2 years old. But even still, I think the fact is
you
that
just put yourself in a bad situation when you do stuff like it's better just not to do it.
When
at
you
all.
say American made and it's not American made, the reasoning doesn't matter. It's not American made. Don't lie. Or he should have just taken the transparent approach, saying, "Look, guys, I have to outsource this from China because the shit here in America is too fucking expensive, and you're not going to pay $35 or $40 for a T-shirt."
Like everything that we do with our company. Besides our bottles, we have to get them from China because that's the only place in the world that you can get them.
But I understand why a lot of people outsource shit from China because it's cheaper. The economy right now is insane.
And there's just certain things that you can only get there for some reason.
Yeah.
There's
And
no little bottle making companies here in the United States.
And this is the thing that pisses me off about these social media patriotic warriors, social justice warriors, and they exist on the right. It's that they'll sit there and just scream, I want American made, I want American made. It's like, okay, well, it's going to cost you more, and then they don't reach for their wallet. So it's kind of like you say this, but then you don't come through. There's no follow through.
Yeah.
So what are companies supposed to do? But either way, I just don't lie to your audience. But that happened. So, new announcement: Josh and I are launching our own T-shirt company called Eagles Not Chickens. We talked about that last time. Oh my god! I'm telling you. But ShellshockCBD.com, the Fruity Fallout Bundle. Man, I really should work on that naming. For a limited time, get one 30-count bag of pineapple Fallout gummies and one 30-count bag of the watermelon Fallout gummies for only $69.99, regularly at $89.98. Bundle can be found under the CBD gummies on our website. No code required. Offer ends 8/31. That's a hell of a deal.
It really is.
That's a hell of a deal.
Get yourself some fruity buddies.
There you go. Now available in citrus, or also real quick, the 750 milligram CBD oil is now out. It's on the website. For those that said, the prices are a little too expensive for them right now due to inflation and recession and things such as that. Yeah. Right now, we have the 750 milligram CBD oil and citrus and cherry vanilla flavors in both isolate and full spectrum for only $29.99, and the full spectrum is $32.99. So we've cut those prices in half like we promised we do. We have a new 50 milligram Delta 8 gummy coming out.
Oh, it is.
Bro,
it's powerful.
I took the Halos with me to the cabin,
yeah.
And the second night, I took a gummy, and I didn't feel anything, but I think it's because I just ate. And I waited like an hour. I was like, I'm feeling a little something, but not like it normally is. I took another half gummy. I shouldn't have done that. I should have waited like another 10 more minutes because then it fucking hit me. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. I already took another half. I was like, oh, boy, here we go. Bro, I laid on the couch, and I was just like, I'm not moving. It was like drool coming out. I was like, I felt great. No, it wasn't that bad. There was a Rocky marathon on, so I'm sitting there watching Rocky, and I'm like high off my ass. Like, oh, absolutely. I love this. I'm down with this. So, again, the Fruity Fallout Bundle. It's available on the website now. Again, that is the pineapple Fallout gummies. These are CBD gummies. They are THC free. It helps with stress and anxiety and helps relax you. And the watermelon Fallout gummies. And again, a package is only $69.99 for 2 packs. That's 2 months worth. You can check that out at shellshockcbd.com and appreciate all your love and support. Hey, the most recent YouTube video, have you seen it? The new John Ross that we did. It's already, dude, we're day 3, day 4. It's 120-something thousand views. Yeah. We appreciate that. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for commenting. And then, I went on there to pin a comment and it said comments are restricted. I didn't restrict anything. Can you pull it up real quick and look and see? Because it said restricted comments. I didn't even know that was a thing. Now, I know you can disable comments, but I'm like, and I didn't get a strike against my account. I got no warning. There was nothing there. So I'm not sure what the hell's going on with the comments on this thing. I'm not sure if people can comment at all, because last I checked, there was like 800 something comments, and I don't read any of them because it's all fucking, a lot of them's gonna be troll.
People are commenting.
They are commenting?
Yeah.
I don't know why, because
as recent as 1 minute ago.
That's crazy. Because on mine it said restricted comments. So I'm looking for any kind of email for a strike against the account, and I didn't see anything. So I don't know.
Yeah, there's
but
comments just pouring in.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fucking great. Well, we appreciate that love and support, guys. And also make sure you can check us out. For those that don't know, I don't know why I keep getting fucking DMs of people that watch the stream on YouTube or Twitch and shit like that. The podcast is available for download on all platforms minus Pandora. We're still waiting for approval over there. You can get it on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Podbean, you name it. The episodes or the podcast there. Just look up All American Savage Show podcast. It's there, or John Burke. It should populate, and you can get the podcast there when when you might miss the live stream. I still get people asking that question. It's just like, are you serious? You've been listening for how long and you still don't know? You can download the podcast, and also on YouTube. We have my backup YouTube page, and I was letting my public YouTube page, the John Ross YouTube page, know. We're live on that one right now with about 400 something live viewers. Appreciate y'all. But letting y'all know about the backup YouTube account, the John Burke All American Savage Show, because I don't want to get any more strikes against this account, because every time we talk about Lord Fauci, ouchie, and shit like that, they give us a strike because apparently we're spreading medical misinformation, whatever the fuck that means. You can't even have an opinion these days. Good Lord. So anyway, YouTube, I'm letting you guys know. Here's the link to the other channel. It is currently live. You can go check it out. There is a link. Go hit that link. Go give that other channel a follow. Just Google or YouTube John Burke or the All American Savage Show podcast, and you can check it out right there. Really appreciate that love and support. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And we're going to be shutting down. We'll be shutting down the main YouTube page because, again, I don't want to get a strike, because we're going to talk about some things that'll probably get me banned on YouTube, and I can't risk that. So go over to the John Burke All American Savage Show on YouTube, and for all my John Burke YouTube page, John Ross page, people will just see all over there. All right, end of the stream over there. All right, ready to get into this, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot here to unpack. The FBI raid on Trump's Mar-A-Lago resort, so let's get into it. Good grief. FBI raids former President Donald Trump's home. Former President Donald Trump's Florida home, Mar-A-Lago, was raided by FBI agents, Trump announced in a statement on Monday. These are dark times for our nation, as my beautiful home, Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, is currently under siege, raided, and occupied by a large group of FBI agents. Trump said, nothing like this has ever happened to a president of the United States before. Trump noted his previous cooperation with law enforcement to call the FBI raid of his home a prosecutorial misconduct. Trump also said it is an example of the weaponization of the justice system, who desperately don't want me to run for president in 2024. Trump continued, after working and cooperating with the relevant government agencies, this unannounced raid on my home was not necessary or appropriate. It is prosecutorial misconduct, the weaponization of the justice system, and an attack by the radical left Democrats who desperately don't want me to run for president in 2024, especially based on recent polls, and who will likewise do anything to stop Republicans and conservatives in the upcoming midterm elections. Such as an assault could only take place in broken third world countries. Sadly, America has now become one of those countries, corrupt at a level not seen before. They even broke into my safe. What is the difference between this and Watergate, where operatives broke into the Democratic National Committee? Here, in reverse, Democrats broke into the home of the 45th President of the United States. The former president said that he has been politically prosecuted for years and pointed to the Russia collusion hoax narrative and 2 failed impeachments as examples of continued persecution. And he's right. He's 100% right. Yep. Now, here's the other thing. Trump has the warrant. For those that don't know, when the FBI is going to raid your stuff, they give you the documentation. And also, this is a friend of mine over on Twitter. She makes some really good points. I really love her perspective on this. She is a lawyer. I think she represented Rittenhouse. This is from Mariana Medven, and I love her stuff. She's a very intelligent woman. She says, per Fed Rule Crim Pro 41F, a copy of the warrant, not the affidavit justifying it, plus receipt of all items taken, has to be given to Trump. If the feds follow the law, they don't always, they gave him a copy. Trump can choose to release it as well. So there's two different things here we're looking at. Either Trump was given that warrant, and if he wasn't, there's misconduct, and that evidence it's not admissible. They conducted a fucking illegal search. If they did give Trump the warrant, Trump can publish it. He can publish it and say, this is what's going on. Now, it's not going to give you the reasoning behind it, but it also goes over items taken. Mm-hmm. Trump can release that. And then it'll give us some idea. But I think Trump's smart for playing his cards close to the chest on this. Make the DOJ do it.
Yeah.
Make the DOJ come forward with that, because right now, number one, abolish the FBI.
It has to.
It has to.
These are it's Gestapo tactics.
This is political manipulation.
Look what they're. When you have Hillary Clinton that has a closet server.
Yep. Prosecuted,
like a private
found guilty.
Server
yep.
With all kinds of classified information. Went in front of a committee and said that she did have classified information on it, lied about it. And
no charges of perjury, no raids, no nothing.
You had that douchebag, James, what's his name? The former FBI guy.
Peter Strzok and Lisa Page and them.
Yeah.
That whole thing.
The tall guy. I can't remember what his name is. James something.
Hunter Biden laptop lost.
Douchebag. Yeah, but he was no lawyer would prosecute on these. Really?
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Okay.
It's just, you can't, to prove this point.
James Comey, that was who it was.
Even Democrats are coming out, calling out this as being just too far. You've got Andrew Yang, you've got Andrew Cuomo, you've got Nikki Haley. You've got a lot of different people that are, mainly left, some centrist, some that are kind of going back and forth. But Andrew Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo tweeted out, he basically said, and I'm paraphrasing here, he said, the DOJ needs to come forward and explain why they did this. And everybody's like, okay, whoa, Andrew Cuomo's coming out and saying something that actually makes fucking sense. That's rare. And then he retweets that same tweet and adds and says, because if they don't come forward, this is going to invalidate the January 6th hearings. No shit. They've already been invalidated. Mm-hmm. They've already been shown that it's a massive nothing burger. But this FBI raid, come on now. This is ridiculous. This is again, and I have my buddies that are cops that I've talked to about this, and I keep telling them, we need to abolish the FBI. And they're like, no, blah, 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 blah. I was like, are you seeing it now? Are you seeing it now?
Even at this point, let's play devil's advocate and say there was something illegal or criminal.
There better been.
Yeah. At this point, they've put this guy through so much shit.
Yep.
That nobody's going to believe him anyway.
No.
They've lost all credibility.
No. When you've got the FBI sitting there before Congress testifying about, were there feds at the January 6th thing? Oh, we can't answer that.
Yep.
Were there feds encouraging people to break in? We can't answer that. And there's literally documentation that we have such a corrupted system right now. It's gone to the point where, I'll be honest with you, when Republicans take back the House and Senate come freaking midterms,
hopefully
they're going to. I think that Democrats are scared shitless.
Like what they're doing right now is so brazen.
It is.
In your face, just keep pushing you and pushing you and pushing. I think they're trying to elicit some sort of response from Trump supporters to get up in arms and go, do something stupid.
Dude, here's the thing. Like, if the right were to arm up and do what the BLM did in the summers, I can see why.
That's the difference. When you have Kamala Harris, who is now the vice president,
floating bonds for
these people, then what's
they're thriving on anarchy and chaos and claiming they're the ones that can fix this issue. Yet they're the causation of said issue. Again, imagine if Trump supporters and the rest of them did what the BLM and the rest of those idiots did during the summer and burned down. Come on.
Took over a city.
Come on, yeah.
I don't care.
But January 6th is I honestly feel January 6th was a massive setup.
Yeah.
You had police letting these people in, and they keep calling it insurrection. Mm-hmm. Now they're trying to say that this was not a raid. This was just executing a search warrant.
Come on.
Really? It was like 30-something FBI agents, 26 local cops. That's not a fucking search warrant. That's a goddamn raid.
Yep.
Come on. You fucking kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. This is political theater here.
These are actual Nazi tactics.
These are. You are weaponizing the FBI to go against your political opponents. This is a banana republic tactic.
It really is.
And Democrats, there's a lot of Democrats actually speaking up against this. This is blowing up in Biden administration's face. I don't think they realize it. Because when you've got Democrats coming out there condemning it, saying, hey, wait a minute, some shit's really bad.
Yeah.
When leftist politicians are saying this is too far. Now, of course, Pelosi's not.
Oh, she's a total moron.
She's a complete piece of shit. Pelosi says, Nancy Pelosi reacts to FBI raid on Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort, says authorities had justification. How does she know? Pelosi told Morning Joe that Mar-a-Lago raid likely had to do with presidential documents. How does she know that? I'm very curious how she knows that. Like how did you, like, here's the thing. None of us have any inkling of an idea of why they did that raid. Mm-hmm. No clue. Why does she? Does that not scream volumes to the people?
Yeah.
Are they getting him on what? Tax evasion? What is this? They've been going after him for his taxes for years. But now Pelosi's like, it has something to do with presidential document. How did you know that? Mm-hmm. These motherfuckers, they know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the top tier why they're doing this is they are trying to curb Trump from running in 2020. They're trying to hit him with some charges to prevent him from running in 2020. And it's going to blow up in their face because if Trump, and I'm calling it now, if Trump, for some reason, this is why this is bad for the left and it's great for the right. And hear me out before y'all start freaking out. If for some reason they find a way to prevent Trump from running in 2024 through this political theater, this weaponization of the DOJ, it's going to be DeSantis in 2024, and it's going to energize the right like you've never seen it before. And everyone with Trump is going to rally behind DeSantis, and they're going to slaughter the left in the polls. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen. That's why I really feel this is going to blow up in their faces. Now, if for some reason they don't have anything on Trump, it's still going to energize the voter base. Biden just fucked up royally because, again, when you have Democrats coming out and condemning the Biden administration for this and them saying, look, this is wrong.
Yeah.
This is Gestapo tactics. When Democrats are saying this, you fucked up. And I don't think the left realizes this, or I don't think the Biden administration realizes this. Now, I don't know. I've not seen this, but they're saying the judge that signed this warrant was also a Obama supporter. Okay, go fucking figure.
Can you imagine
go fucking figure.
If Merrick Garland was a Supreme Court justice? This guy's like a total scumbag.
Bro,
it's amazing. To me, it looks like they're just trying to set stuff up to make American slaves.
Dude,
like everybody.
It feels like it. Yeah.
From hiring 86,000 new
We're going to get to that. Oh, my God, dude. Don't even get me started. Oh, my God.
I mean, they're just really laid out a foundation.
It's nuts.
To pin everybody against the wall. To like, you can't do anything that's...
Pelosi says she does not have any insider information. Bull fucking shit.
Yeah.
Bull fucking shit. You speculated very accurately on what you think it is. Presidential documents.
Paul Pelosi went...
Yeah, absolutely. Pelosi says she does not have any insider information, but expects that authorities must have had justification for the raid. So we're just trusting the government blindly now. This is what Democrats do.
Oh my God, it's so annoying.
Bro, I was listening to this podcast coming back from Oklahoma. It's called oh God, it's a pretty prominent podcast. It's called Impact Theory. And the guy had on this professor from Stanford, and the topic of free speech got brought up. And I'm just kind of like, oh, here we go. I was like, I'm not trying to pass judgment or make assumptions, but here we fucking go. If she's a professor from Stanford, I got an idea of how she is. And sure as fucking shit, she comes out there, and this is an educated professor, and says some of the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Educated, in air quotes there, where she talks about like, because they talked about cancel culture. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'm not pro cancel culture. I'm for canceling certain things to be said and behaviors. Like, well, behaviors and things being said are synonymous with people. Mm-hmm. She's like, I don't believe in canceling people, but certain words and behaviors, like, they're synonymous. What are you talking about? You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's like, you're a fascist. This is what you truly are. Like, say what you are.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there listening to this crap, and I notice, she goes, because there's so much misinformation coming out that people are not believing the science. And it's like, what science are you talking about? The science didn't change. The science was fucking wrong.
Yeah.
And they knew it. But instead, she's like, they didn't trust these agencies like the CDC and the WHO. It's like, and you do? Like, do you hear yourself when you say, like, did you Trump? I mean, these same people, Kamala Harris included, even said, I would not take a Trump vaccine. Yeah. And suddenly they shift gears when Biden gets up there, old kid-sniffing, dementia-ridden motherfucker. As soon as he takes charge, suddenly the script flips. These people are so scummy. Like, I'm just at a loss for just like how hypocritical these people can be.
I know.
Even the Stanford professor sitting there saying, we didn't trust it, or they don't trust the CDC. And who's like, of course not. We were lied to. Fauci's emails confirm this. And you still have your head in the sands like fucking ostriches, and you still believe this shit. So when Pelosi sits there and says, oh, they must have had justification, prove it, bitch. Fucking prove it.
You know, the only thing that, I remember being in school and the teachers would tell you the only question you don't ask is, the only stupid question you don't ask is the one you don't ask.
Yeah.
The only stupid question. So now we're at the point where if you ask a question, then you're stupid.
Yeah.
You can't even question anything. You can't question anything anymore.
If they don't have anything on Trump for this, and apparently they broke into a safe, which he said was empty.
Yeah.
So
do you think he had some sort of inkling that this was coming down the pipe?
I think Trump did, because I think Trump probably also has some people on the inside that are giving him heads up of what's coming. And he knows. He's been targeted for years. He knows he's got to protect himself. So I feel like if this FBI raid wasn't justified and they didn't conduct it accordingly, he's going to sue him. And he should. He should sue the government. I mean, he should.
I feel like suing the government myself, to be honest with you.
We're going to get to that because I know what you're referring to. I've got the article pulled up. The FBI executed a search warrant on Trump's resort on Monday, seeking documents that the former president had taken from the White House while leaving office in 2021. She says, all I know about that is what is in the public domain. I was surprised that it flashed on my phone last evening, so I don't really have too much to say except that to have a visit like that, you need a warrant. You have a warrant, you need justification. And that says that no one is above the law, not even a president or former president of the United States. But are you kidding me? What's the justification then? Are you telling me that, again, this goes back to the whole reason behind why mental health checks for firearms is never a good idea.
Yeah.
Because even this judge leans left. No fucking wonder he signed this warrant. Mm-hmm. So if a judge can do that, what can a psychologist or a therapist do?
I know.
Come on now, people. This is just ridiculous.
Come on.
Just because the judge signed it, it's kind of like, I get it, but come on, dude. This is just, when you've gone after this guy for years, you harassed his children, his family, you stalked this guy, you misquoted him intentionally at every fucking turn. That's why CNN's ratings are garbage, because you got proven time and time again to be fucking liars.
Yeah.
And then you come out and you pull this. It's getting to a point now where even Democrats are like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Like, you've been going after this guy for years and you've still got nothing. January 6th, the trials, nothing. There isn't anything there, or else you would have gotten him already. Are you kidding me? But all of this should be made known to us over time. But I have again, over time is the key phrase there. All it's going to be is like, oh, we fucked up like a year or two down the road, when it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. They're doing this right before midterms. Holy shit. I thought Democrats were desperate. I didn't think them being this desperate. This is nuts.
It is out of control.
Clinton-linked lawyer says Trump could be barred from re-election due to FBI raid. Cites U.S. code.
Oh.
No shit.
Interesting.
No shit. GOP slams weaponization to DOJ after Trump's Mar-A-Lago raided by FBI. Dems call it accountability. Of course. That's what you call accountability? You've been going after this guy for everything.
Why do you think they want him out of office?
They're scared of him. Well, there was talk now.
Yeah.
There's talk that Trump has already come out and basically said through back channels saying if he re-election, he's going to be dismantling the FBI, other shit like that. Last president to do that, you remember?
Kennedy? Yeah.
JFK. And what happened to him?
Grassy knoll.
There you go. Right here in Dallas.
Look what Trump did, though. Like, when he was in office, he declassified the Kennedy files there. Mm-hmm. Some interesting reading in there.
I think Trump needs to be protected at all costs. Mm-hmm. I think now more than ever, they're going to come after him for everything they can.
You know, even
everything they can.
Even if somebody assassinated him, I think that would launch him even further.
If somebody assassinated Trump, I really feel there would be a civil war in this country.
Yeah, I think it would launch his legacy into just the stratosphere. It would be. It would be like
all they've done with this,
making him more powerful than.
You strike me down. If you strike me down now, strike me down now, FBI, I will come back stronger than ever. Right. I trust me. I've seen this movie a million times. I know what happens. Is that a lightsaber sticking out of your pocket? Or are you happy to? Oh no, it's a search warrant. Let's do this, folks. Let's do this. Clip that. That's really how it is. What time was that at? We'll use that for the intro. 12:37. I don't know what time of the podcast. That's fucking great. Nothing like this has ever happened to a president of the United States before. After working and cooperating with the relevant government agencies, this unannounced raid on my home was not necessary or appropriate, Trump said. It is prosecutorial misconduct that weaponizes the justice system and attack, blah, 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 blah. We already talked about that. And again, this is where like the libertarian principle comes out to where it's like if there is an agency, a 3-letter agency that essentially is created by the federal government, how would you feel if the opposing party had control over it? And this literally just proves that. No, you don't feel comfortable. Therefore, we don't have it. We shouldn't have it. We don't need it. But here we have the FBI. Like, dude, I'm telling you. But all these artists, all these these leftist celebrities, they're singing praises because they think they got them again. How many times have these A-list celebrities, B, C, and D, like, I'm sure Kathy Griffith is like creaming herself over there right now. Like,
you know they are.
Carrot top looking bitch.
Rob Reiner probably has a circle jerk going on.
Oh, they're probably just creaming themselves right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we finally got him. It's like,
this is it, guys.
Yeah, this is it. It's a big nothing burger. I mean.
We did it.
Yeah, we got him. You didn't get shit.
After Mueller.
Bro.
You got Merrick Garland.
But Trump's going to take this to the courts. I mean, Trump knows what he's doing here. I mean, he is going to take this to the court. He's going to fight it.
He was very cool, calm, and collected about the whole thing. I mean, he put out a statement about it. Obviously, it's a tragedy for the country.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And they just proved that this administration is at war with the right.
Yeah, but what's this guy do? He goes to campaign for Sarah Palin over in Alaska. He keeps on trucking.
No,
you're not going to get him down.
No, he's not going to stop, and he can't let them.
No,
man, I can't believe that again.
This is just insane. Yeah, his support will just go through the roof.
Yeah, well, they're energizing the right on this. So, okay, listen to this. Dershowitz says DOJ can't use Mar-A-Lago evidence if FBI raid is improper. Well, no shit. But he says Harvard Law School professor emeritus and noted criminal defense attorney Alan Dershowitz said Monday even that the evidence seized by the FBI in a raid on former President Donald Trump's home would be ruled out if the raid were improper. After telling Newsmax the FBI raid appeared to be misconduct, absent further evidence, Dershowitz went on to explain. He said, I just hope this raid has a justification. If it doesn't have a justification, the material seized in it will be suppressed. The law is clear. You don't engage in a raid unless you've exhausted all other remedies. Raids are not a first recourse in America. They're the last recourse. And so the government will have to show a court eventually that they exhausted all of the possibilities or that they had reasonable basis for believing that the evidence would be destroyed if it was sought in the normal legal course of events through subpoena. Federal courts follow the exclusionary rule in the criminal prosecutions, which is that the evidence seized in violation of the Fourth Amendment must usually be excluded from a prosecution, even if it implicates the defendant in a crime. The FBI obtained a search warrant whose validity is presumed, but which may, Dershowitz suggested, have been obtained on an improper basis. If the FBI and the DOJ knew that the evidence seized from the raid of Mar-a-Lago Monday were likely to be suppressed, that would lend weight to the speculation that the purpose was political rather than pursue the truth in a criminal investigation. I honestly feel that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
I really feel that's exactly what's going on. And look, here's the deal. I'm just going to say this. If they've got Trump for something, that's one thing. But right now, and here's the thing, like I'm all for, like, I want to take
would
the
you even
stance.
believe it at this point?
Let me finish because I know where you're going with that. And I want to say yes, because here's the problem. If they did have something on Trump and it was legitimate, then yes, prosecute. But at the same token, though, you've got Hunter Biden, you've got Joe Biden, you've got this Ukraine Lonnie. So it's kind of like, wait a minute, the system is fucked.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I don't think they're going to be just with Trump, or they're going to try and be just with Trump, but they let their own party slide, then no. Then you can't prosecute Trump because you're not doing it fair across the board. Again, fair is a 4-letter word. I get that. But I honestly think they don't have Trump on anything here. I really don't. Otherwise, they would have had him a long fucking time ago.
Oh, yeah.
Long fucking time ago.
I don't think Trump would have put himself in this position if he didn't think that.
Exactly.
If he had any sort of skeleton in his closet.
Every single fucking political candidate that I've talked to, like friends of mine I've talked to, it's kind of like before they start that campaign, they scrub their social media. They make sure everything's fucking good to go. It's spotless.
Because he's been talking about running for president since the early 80s.
And this dude has got he's got a lot to lose. So he's going to make sure he's got his fucking T's crossed and his I's dotted. Yeah. So on this one, I don't feel like there's any justification. I feel like this is political optics. It's a political theater. Now, where this leads us to, and we'll get to it. I think this is political theater, and it's going to blow up big time in Biden administration's face. I really do. They're going to unify the right. They're going to energize the right even more. Like you keep beating this dude. You keep beating him. Now, whether you like him or not, the right embodies, they love Trump. Mm-hmm. They love Trump. And what you've just done is you basically just said that if they can do it to Trump,
I'm going to support him even harder.
I'm going to support the fuck out of him. Yeah,
I'm going to support him so hard.
But it's just one of those things where it's like, if you are an enemy of the left, they are going to weaponize the DOJ and other things like that to come after you.
Yeah.
But suddenly, celebrities are okay with this. Michael Keaton tweets out, like, presidents are not above the law. It's funny how y'all are staying quiet on Biden.
I know. What about
nothing on that?
Hillary Clinton?
Yeah.
You can just go back to the 2016.
Secretary of State, nothing on that. I mean, these same people, they only want to speak out about accountability when it comes to Trump. But everything else, everybody on their side gets a free fucking pass.
Oh, yeah.
Free fucking pass. So you'll excuse me if I'm tired of listening to these reprobates out there like screaming from the podiums like the hypocrites they are.
Yeah.
I said, you cannot sit there and tell me that you're for accountability and justice as long as it's towards Trump.
Yeah.
But if there is any inkling or any suspicion of nepotism with fucking Biden and Hunter Biden, come on. The FBI lost the fucking laptop, people. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't.
How miraculous? I mean,
yeah, I don't believe they lost anything.
The most important document or piece of equipment in an investigation, and you fucking lost it. Bullshit.
Smoking crack, videoing himself, weighing crack.
Yep.
And arguing with a hooker about it. It sounds like a joke.
This is what the left is all about.
Hunter Biden walks in, weighs his crack, and a hooker walks in. Like, what's the punchline?
Oh, dude, you're not even kidding me. I'm to the point now where it's just like, dude, come midterms, if this shit doesn't change, we're in trouble. We're in massive fuck. We are pushing closer and closer to looking like Canada. We're pushing closer and closer to looking to like Australia.
Look, Canada, there's the Canadian football. Like, you can't even get into Canada unless you're vaccinated. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, Trudeau's a little bitch. I'm telling you, man, it's getting to a point where the more they do this, the more they're pushing for a civil war.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
When the right feels like there is nothing left, when the game has been rigged and the voting systems are fucked and it's a rigged election, and now you're going after the one man that freaking was fighting against. Bro, I'm telling you. Because here's the thing. I feel like it's not like the right is clearly opposite the left in regards to, I think, action. The left has been doing a lot of action, but I feel like the right is like a powder keg. You push it enough, and eventually they're going to explode, and it's going to be bad. It's going to be really fucking bad.
We saw that in 2016 with that election. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that Hillary Clinton thought she had it in the bag.
Yeah.
They needed votes.
I did too. I thought she was going to win too.
I think everybody did.
Yeah.
But once all these people who had never voted before showed up at the polls and completely destroyed all of their
Even
polling.
the left didn't want Hillary.
No. I knew a few people who were staunch Democrats. They're just like, there's no way I could vote for Hillary Clinton.
Absolutely not. She's so corrupt.
I mean, like, where does she hide her horns? She's a fucking demon.
She is. She's a royal cunt.
Yeah, but I mean, that was the powder keg that exploded in 2016, where you had this abundance of extra voters that wasn't accounted for.
Yeah.
So in 2020, they're like, we need to rig it extra hard this time because all these people are going to show up. He gained, like 13 million more voters than in 2016? And then still, generally, it goes down. So
they said they said Biden was the most popular president. Bro, come on! You're telling me that insane. Obama got beat by Biden? Shut the fuck up.
3 o'clock in the morning, you see a straight line that goes up with an influx of just enough votes to win.
Go figure.
Anybody that's like, that doesn't happen.
No. But I mean, if you accuse Dominion Software of being corrupt, they'll sue you.
Or China of releasing a plague on the world, and I mean. We can't talk about that.
We were talking about that on the way home because I was talking about the Wuhan shit like that, and I'm kind of like, don't you find it very interesting that, and we've talked about this before, but you remember what was going on right before COVID got released? Do you remember what was going on in Hong Kong, people? We've talked about this before.
They were sending in soldiers.
They were on the verge of a revolution.
Yeah.
There were protesters in the streets. They were fighting back. They were calling on Trump to get involved. They were screaming for a Second Amendment. They wanted to fight the Communist Party.
Yeah.
And Hong Kong can't have that.
Right.
Communism must reign supreme in China. What happens? Boom, COVID hits. Weird.
Yeah. It's not a shocker at all.
Because something to that level will catch wildfire. That'll spread very quickly.
Yeah.
As far as wanting a revolution and overthrow the fucking tyrants.
Look
Something like that, and then boom.
Slap mask and all. Like,
bingo.
My daughter now, she has to take an inhaler every morning after wearing a mask. That's what I feel like suing the fucking government, man. Like, these pieces of shit.
Yeah.
standing up in their ivory tower, like telling everybody what to do when there was no evidence at all that children were mass spreaders of the Chinese virus.
100%. That's that stupid Stanford University professor talked about. It's like, oh, I believe in people's rights, but it's like, oh, no. There is no but. There is no but.
Yeah.
And it's like free speech. It's kind of like the First Amendment and the Second Amendment go hand in hand in a sense of when somebody says, I believe in the Second Amendment, but it's like, no, there's no buts. It's either you do or you don't. And First Amendment's the same way. You can't sit there and regulate what people say. And she sits there and she's, again, a Stanford University professor. That's why these people are so morally bankrupt and corrupted. And they're indoctrinating our children and our youth into this bullshit program, this brainwashing. But she sits there and says that, excuse me, that, there should be essentially consequences to the things you say. It's like, yeah, but what makes you the arbiter of that?
Yeah.
Who put you in charge? Like you don't have the right to tell anybody what they can or cannot say, and nor does the government.
That's the whole reason why we got away from England.
Yeah. And then we saw the one arrest. We saw these people in England. You brought up that article where that dude was arrested in England for posting a meme of a transgender flag in the shape of a swastika.
Yeah.
And they arrested him for it.
Oh, well, that doesn't sound like Nazism at all.
Not at all. And then the guy who was recording the police, the guy that was recording the police doing it, he got arrested too for preventing an arrest or getting
that proves his point.
Exactly.
You were just like a Nazi. You just arrested a guy for posting something.
Yep.
You're like, oh no,
bro,
sorry.
It's gonna get bad until bodies start falling. It'll continue until if they don't get voted out. The only other resort is violence.
The fact
That's
that
the only thing I
those
can say.
Police officers didn't see the irony of arresting somebody who posted a meme of a trans flag in the shape of a Nazi. Like they don't. You're not connecting the
trans people come out there and say it's like you can't make fun of us.
Yeah.
I was like, really? Why? Because we're trans. Nobody gives a fuck what you are.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Nobody gives a shit.
Stop talking about it. Stop trying to talk to kids about it.
You see that one article that came out about the 4-year-old kid? Oh, I saved this. This is fucking disgusting. This is real. Like, this is fucking real. Where I saved the article. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I could. These are Democrats. This is what they fucking do. These perverts. This came from Daily Mail. I'm a boy, a child, 4 years old. This is a real article. Born a female, again, this child is 4. Born a female, announces transition with a blue gender reveal cannon at a Vancouver Pride Parade and his grandmother by his side. This is a 4-year-old boy.
Yeah,
And the grandmother sitting there with a pride flag. I'm telling you, the degeneracy that has come from the LGBT, this is why. This is it right here. Where was the line? There should have been a line, and it got crossed a long fucking time ago. And it happened with the trans. But we should embrace them. Oh, they're just good people. No, but this is what happens.
Yeah.
Now they're going after children. Trans is the new fucking, it's hip right now. Everybody wants to be trans.
I don't know.
No. If you go watch TikTok, it's a trend now. Because there's kids in these middle schools and shit coming out saying it's like the fad right now to come out as trans.
Oh, the kids?
Yeah, kids. Yeah. They want to get on board. They want to get on board with the woke virtue signaling train. Let's talk about how cool we are. You want to talk about how unhinged you are, bro? Again, I feel like watching Matt Walsh's thing about what is a woman.
Yeah.
I feel like blowing my fucking brains out. We are living in 2022, and we are arguing with liberal professors on what is a woman.
I know the bearded lady sitting there talking.
Oh, I know. These fucking freaks,
like,
dude. Oh, my God.
I can't explain what a woman is.
That's the thing. It's kind of like...
Well, what's the biological term for somebody with a vagina?
Yeah.
A woman?
Bro. And I love how, like, the left has said, well, there's such thing as gay animals. It's like, are there trans animals?
Why isn't there the same conversation about men? Why is it only about women? What about women who transition to
dudes?
Yeah, like sew on a penis and cut their boobs off and, grow a beard and a mustache.
It's
like,
disgusting.
well, what's a man?
These people are so fucking unhinged. But this is what this Biden administration has ushered in. This is what they have ushered in.
Yeah.
There you go. I think it's ridiculous. Watch The Thunder Rolls. Donald Trump releases dramatic political video after FBI raid at Mar-a-Lago. We watched that video right before this. It's pretty good.
It's powerful.
It's powerful. A defiant President Donald Trump released a new political video early Tuesday morning after the FBI raided his home at Mar-A-Lago. You know he had his fucking social media gurus scrambling to make something. And it's smart.
Oh, yeah.
This is fighting propaganda with more propaganda, if you want to call it that.
Well, what they did was a massive deal.
Mm-hmm.
So to put something out immediately, showing what tyrants they are, that's Soviet-style leadership.
Stir the people. Yeah, get the people, wake the people up, get the people mad.
Yeah.
I mean, the left has been doing this for a long time. You know, the video begins with rolling thunder as former president lists the failures of President Joe Biden leading a nation in decline. He does an accurate job. He talks about the recession, inflation, the botched withdrawal of Afghanistan, various different things. And these are all on Joe Biden. He talks about energy dependence, Venezuela, Saudi, shit like that, Iran building another nuclear. He says, we are a nation that in many ways has become a joke, Trump says. The video features Trump delivering a speech about his vision for the future where hardworking patriots rebuild the country. We will not bend, we will not break, we will not yield, ever, 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 Trump promises in the video. He then continues, vowing to stand against the tyrants and bring greatness back to the United States. The ad concludes with words on the screen reading, the best is yet to come, but stops short of announcing Trump run for president in 2024. They're doing everything they can to stop this man from running again. That's how scared they are. Yeah. Biden and them are scared shitless because here's the thing. They have no one. The left has no one to go against Trump.
When you say AOC,
fuck no.
Yeah,
doesn't stand a shot in hell.
Like your hand has just reached the very bottom of the barrel, and you're like, what else is down here?
Moderate Democrats will never support AOC. The progressives, absolutely, they love them some fucking AOC. Horseface herself. Moderates like, no, the bitch is too fucking crazy. You propose a Green New Deal that costs trillions of dollars that will bankrupt this country.
Well, that's what they're doing right now.
Exactly. That's how stupid these people are. But of course,
they're not stupid at all. They're really fucking brazen about how they're going, like trying to turn the country into Venezuela, trying to change into Russia.
It wouldn't surprise me though, because like you have the likes of Biden. It's like pushing a globalist agenda. It's like pushing this globalist agenda. And I saw this one thing posted. People aren't going to like this, but I saw this one thing where Trump was talking about Klaus Schwab in the World Economic Forum. He said, Schwab's doing such a great job. And I'm just like, Jesus. It's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy. I was like, there's more to this than meets the eye. Like, I don't know. I don't know. But Kevin McCarthy announces Merrick Garland under investigation. He says, preserve your documents and clear your calendar. House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy promised on Monday to launch a full-throttle investigation into Attorney General Merrick Garland and the FBI's raid on former President Donald Trump's home. Trump announced in a statement that the FBI had raided Trump's Florida home, Mar-a-Lago, in response to the raid. McCarthy said that Republicans will investigate every aspect of what led to the FBI raid against the former president. McCarthy said, I've seen enough. The Department of Justice has reached an intolerable state of weaponized politicization. When Republicans take back the House, we will conduct immediate oversight of this department, follow the facts, and leave no stone unturned. Attorney General Garland, preserve your documents and clear your calendar. Okay, sounds good. Last time y'all were in charge, you didn't do jack shit.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
I'm not going to hold my breath.
Exactly. I'm not going to sit there and rally behind this guy's like actions, not words, dude.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Republicans are tired of hearing this. You know, and that's the thing. Like I tweeted out, I was like, I feel bad for Republicans that get elected come midterms because you got a lot of making up to do for your fucking predecessors that didn't do jack shit.
Jack
shit. Now I'll be interested because this is what scares me. This is what makes me a little nervous. If Republicans take back the House, and I think they will, I'm wondering what's going to happen as far as like, are they going to try and impeach Biden?
They have to.
I think
this guy should have been impeached on day one.
I feel like there should be a massive investigation.
The amount of evidence against him already for his dealings in Ukraine and Russia and China with his name all over Hunter Biden's emails.
Yeah.
Like that, it's not equal justice. It's not.
Yeah, absolutely not.
They should have been raiding this douchebag's house like 5-10 years ago.
Yeah, why aren't they looking into this at all? Are there any investigations going on into what's going on in Ukraine?
The elite call from him to his son saying, hey, pal, I just wanted to say you're in the clear.
Yeah.
About this whole Ukraine. Like, that's
not
not
odd. He
odd.
blatantly lied about that.
Yeah.
And he never talked to his son about business. Yeah, bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit.
It's total bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, his mind is gone now, but doesn't mean that he's not a scumbag.
Oh,
this guy's a piece of shit.
He should be in jail.
Oh, yeah.
Indeed, Republicans, should they take back the House during the 2022 congressional midterms, will gain the ability to launch subpoenas into the raid against the former president, the House Judiciary Committee, and the House that doesn't sound like justice to me. To be able to conduct an investigation, you have to have the majority in Congress. So justice is based upon the majority. Justice should be justice.
It should be.
But we all know, again.
Like if you have evidence,
exactly.
I don't know, maybe like a laptop with, I don't know, illegal material on it.
There should have been some resignations over that. That Hunter Biden laptop got lost. There should be some fucking resignations. Some heads on pikes.
I have absolutely zero faith that there's any good people in the FBI. Maybe one
to work in
two.
a corrupted, bureaucratic, fucking three-letter agency like that. Absolutely not.
These guys have full reign to do whatever they want.
Yep.
They could spy on anybody.
Yep.
They could raid anybody's house.
No, we can
they
talk about the
throw
CIA
you in
on
jail.
that one too. Yeah.
I mean, whatever they want to do, they've got carte blanche over just everybody's lives.
Yep.
That should scare everyone, because if you're saying something that they don't agree with, then just show up at your door, ruin your life.
Freeze your bank account.
Absolutely. Take all your money.
The House Judiciary Committee and the House Oversight and Reform Committee can focus on the events and decision-making process that led to the search warrant against Trump. The House Judiciary Republicans wrote, "This is what happens in third world countries, not the United States. Doesn't the FBI have better things to do than harass the former president?"
No.
Apparently not.
They don't.
Yeah. It's just, Republican National Committee RNC Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel wrote, "Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Countless times we have examples of Democrats flaunting the law and abusing the power with no recourse, including Hunter Biden. Democrats continually weaponize the bureaucracy against Republicans. This raid is outrageous. Absolute power corrupt, blah, blah, blah." We talked about that, all right? These are dark times for our nation, as my beautiful home, Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida, is currently under siege, raided and occupied by a large group of FBI agents. You should call them FBI terrorists, what you should call them. Trump said in a statement announcing the FBI raid, "Nothing like this ever happened," blah, blah, blah. And of course, you want to talk about the blatant corruption? Hillary Clinton promotes merchandise, mocking email scandal right after Mar-a-Lago raid. And she has a picture of herself with a hat that says, "But her emails."
Yeah.
Literally flaunting the corrupted judicial system in our society, in our country, flaunting it, and Democrats applaud it. She broke the law.
Yeah.
She broke the fucking law, and nothing happened to this bitch. Nothing. But you want to sit there and you want to talk about accountability like Michael Keaton and the rest of these douchebags. But then you got her. What happens there?
Yeah.
She was prosecuted and found guilty.
Yep.
What happened? Nothing. Fucking nothing. Failed 2020 president candidate Hillary Clinton brazenly touted her But Her emails merchandise on social media after the FBI raided former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home on Monday night. She says every But Her emails hat or shirt sold helps Onward Together partners defend democracy, build a progressive bench, and fight for our values. Just saying. Clinton tweeted earlier Tuesday morning promoting the $30 cap. Dude, I can't. Clinton, who served as Secretary of State under former President Barack Obama, has continued to lean into her infamous email scandal in which she scrubbed 33,000 emails and mishandled classified information she likely used to hide efforts to use her office to raise money for her family's foundation, Breitbart News reported. Unlike with Trump, and despite evidence of alleged misconduct, the FBI excused Clinton. Weird. You're kidding me with this. You're fucking kidding me. Why would anybody have faith in this judicial system after this whatsoever? Why would anybody? What a piece of shit. Okay, never Trumper Joe Walsh. Now, hear me out on this. This is why Biden fucked up. This right here, for example. Never Trumper Joe Walsh says FBI raid pissed off moderate Republicans into backing Trump. He's right. Prominent Never Trump Republican Joe Walsh reluctantly admitted the FBI raid on former President Donald Trump's home may have pissed off moderate Republicans into supporting him in 2024. As Breitbart News reported, FBI agents swarmed the former president's home in Florida on Monday, reportedly to obtain classified documents he allegedly had in his possession after leaving the White House, according to various sources. These are dark times for our nation. Okay, talking about that. While Democrats, Never Trumpers, and far-left activists celebrated the FBI raids on former president private residence, a completely unprecedented event, Joe Walsh said that many GOP voters told him that the raid inspired such anger in them that they will support Trump despite previously souring on his candidacy. this is such. If I was Trump's PR dude, I'd be like, you are now the victim. We need to roll with this. To say, guy, and not a victim is like I'm powerless. More so of like, hey guys, why do you think they're doing this?
Yeah.
They have slandered me. They have accosted me at every turn I've got, and yet I'm still here.
Yeah.
I still believe in America. And that would be good PR right there for Trump. Because even Joe Walsh is admitting, the never Trumper Joe, he's admitting, he's like, yeah, like GOP moderates that don't like Trump, they're backing him now. They're going to.
Any person who's in the Republican Party, if they're not backing Trump, then
they're backing the left.
They're on their way out.
Yeah.
And I think Dan Bongino makes a great point is, there's a lot of Republicans who are actually Democrats, but there are no Democrats that are actually Republicans. So you do have a handful of people on the Republican side who are,
like the Liz Cheney
patriots, and want to see the country do well, want to root out the deep state.
Yeah.
And, the
levels
rats.
of corruption to this to the degree it's at, man, the only way around this is essentially you abolish these three-letter agencies and you uproot that government.
That's
it's too bad. It's gone too far. Like, it's just, if the voting system doesn't work, as many people believe it doesn't, what's left?
Yeah.
What's left? Like, we are living in very dangerous fucking times. Very dangerous. Like, again, the DOJ just raided a previous president's fucking home. What the fuck?
Yeah. It's insane.
Fuck? You cannot sit there and tell me the FBI is not biased.
Yeah, we've known it.
Yeah.
From all the hearings that they've had.
But Democrats never admit this.
The text message between Lisa Page and Peter Strzok.
Yep.
Yeah. We know that they've been biased. They had an insurance policy in case Trump did get elected. What was that?
Them covering their asses. They knew.
Right.
They fucking knew. Well, Andrew Yang says FBI action strengthens cause for millions who will see raid as unjust persecution. Now, again, this is all about optics. And this is what CNN, I don't think they're realizing, or the FBI and the rest of them, they're doing this for a PR reason, to go after Trump. But I don't think they realize that, again, this is going to energize the right. And it's also going to make the left say, wait a minute. Like, a lot of people are waking up to the fact, like, if Biden is willing to do this against Trump,
I don't know.
None of us are safe.
I think they're energizing their base as well, because you see all these
I think it's going to be a mix.
Extreme leftists like posting all this shit about, we finally got him. This is great. We have something on him. But you'll have the handful of Andrew Yangs out there. They're like,
well, when you got Andrew Yangs, you got Andrew Cuomo coming out there, and you got other politicians saying, this is the problem. It's like, you've kind of split the base. This is not a unifying thing for the left. This is going to be one of those things that are saying, wait a minute, like, this is going too far. But Andrew Yang says, failed 2020 president candidate and universal basic income enthusiast Andrew Yang, unlike many of his far-left peers, did not cheer news that the FBI raided former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home Monday. Yang, who left the Democratic Party in 2021 and launched a third party this year, tweeted a warning on Tuesday morning to those celebrating the raid, stating the FBI's actions will fuel millions of Americans' ever-increasing distrust of the corrupt government establishment. 100% right. 100% right.
What, he started his own political...
His own party, I think so, yeah.
What is it?
I don't know. He tweets this out on August 9th. He said, I'm no Trump fan. I want him as far away from the White House as possible. But a fundamental part of his appeal has been that it's him against the corrupt government establishment. This raid strengthens that case for millions of Americans who will see this as unjust persecution. And he's dead on the money on this one. When Andrew Yang is coming out there saying this, and again, Andrew Cuomo as well, this, like, shit's bad. The shit is really bad.
Andrew Cuomo.
Yeah. It seems like this was authorized by a local judge in a particular FBI office without buy-in or notification of higher levels of government. But literally no one will believe that or make any distinction. It's probably bureaucratic, but it seems political. He also says, if they raided his home just to find classified documents he took from the White House, one legal expert noted he will be reelected president in 2024, hands down. It will prove to be the greatest law enforcement mistake in history. In a separate tweet, Yang said he fears we will look back on this day as that day that activated extremism and not the opposite. Extremism? Are you kidding me? If the right does it, it's extremism. Yeah. If the left does it, it's protesting.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's mostly peaceful.
It's mostly peaceful. Look, there was more damage done by the BLM than on January 6th. Get the fuck out of here. There is no comparison.
All over the country.
All over the country. Absolutely.
If you are gonna riot and burn some, wouldn't DC be the place that you would start, and not just like mom and pop shops?
Stop getting my hopes up. Stop getting. Oh, I would love to see that shit on
Really?
fire.
I mean,
oh my
right?
God, yes.
Why would you attack just people's businesses?
Because that's how stupid the BLM and liberals are.
And not the.
We're gonna get back at the rich old white guys that are suppressing the black community by burning down this black. Burn it anyway.
It's like this is what liberals are. This like the stupidest. Like, oh, I fucking detest these. And that podcast I was listening, I was telling you about, he talks about how like, and it's very convincing. I love how for 20 minutes prior to them taking on the topics of discussion, they try laying the frame or the groundwork of saying like, you know, anytime I want to go into a discussion, this is how educated these people are, and I love how slippery they are. But he says, anytime I go into a discussion, my ultimate goal is to, number one, reduce human suffering, and number two, stand for like justice, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, sure you do, bro. That's like saying, with all due respect, and then being a complete prick with no respect. It's like, shut the fuck up.
But I said with all due respect.
But I said, yeah, it's like, hey guys,
You're
my
a
main goal
cocksucker.
is to reduce human suffering, but I really feel Republicans should be loaded onto train cars and put in concentration camps.
I
Like,
said with
what?
all due respect.
Yeah, with all due respect, absolutely. But I love how they do their, oh my God, just such slippery little fucking snakes in the grass. But I'm sitting there and she's talking about how she believes in rights and shit like that, but you shouldn't have the right to impose suffering on other people. I'm like, okay, so, and this is what I love about being me. I'm so fucking intelligent. I got such a big penis. It's great. And I'm sitting there listening to this. Like, I could fucking debate this bitch hand down. It's like, okay, so you want to talk about reduced human suffering. It's like, well, let's talk about the definition of suffering. What is suffering according to you? What is mental suffering?
Right.
Is it because, like, if you're a trans person on the internet, you're probably suffering at some point because someone like me comes along and says, I disagree with what you think. And that's now your mental anguish and suffering. So y'all have already skewed the definition of what actual suffering is. It's like, therefore, in your mind, it's my right should end where your feelings begin because of your suffering. I was like, number one, you don't have the right to tell someone that they can't say something. You can't. You don't have that right. They have the right to say whatever the fuck they want to say. And if that makes you suffer, that's on you. And if especially on social media, because here's the deal. If I don't like what you're saying, I can just walk away. If I don't like what you're saying on the internet, I can just block you. I can unfollow you. I can do whatever. But these people feel like it should be that you should conform to their method of thought, because she opened it up with, I feel in order to fix this situation, and oh my God, you could tell she was white. She said, I feel like we need to just not talk as much and instead do more listening and try and understand where the other side is coming from and what it is that they're saying. You know, see beyond the words. I'm like, look, bitch, here's the deal. I'm not a fucking therapist. You tell me one thing, I'm going to take you at your word. I'm not trying to sit there and peer through the fog of bullshit that you're sitting there, you know, regurgitating out of your fucking mouth from your other talking points from your DNC leaders like Pelosi and the rest of their ilk. So you don't sit there and tell me that we need to stop talking. There was this one black woman on TikTok, fat, little, ugly, disgusting bridge troll. And she's sitting there like, you know what you need to do, white women? Shut the fuck up and listen to black women. Why? Like, here's the deal. If there was a representative of the black community that wanted to bring their grievances to the white community, it sure as fuck ain't gonna be you, Bertha. You're a dumb cunt. You shut the fuck up. Like, to sit there and tell, like, imagine if a white woman said, hey, black women, if you want to learn, you need to shut the fuck up. Why is this not racism? Why has this not been taken down? Explain that to me, because I'm telling you, as a white pot, I'm fucking tired of it.
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired of this black culture that wants to come out there and demonize white people as if we're the fucking enemy.
There's no club. There's no monthly meetings of just all white people.
I'm still waiting on that white privilege
talking
card.
About white stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Everybody's in the Klan, apparently. Everybody's got, oh my God.
I mean, it's just,
it's ridiculous.
It's nonsense.
Dude,
But, you know, I'll support her right to say what she wants. If that's what she thinks, then that's a sad way to live your life. But
I was sitting there. I was getting gas yesterday, and I'm sitting there fueling up the vet, and this kid comes up. This black kid, he comes up and he's talking. I was like, "Hey man, I just wanted to pick your mind on something real quick." I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Your car." He's like, "What did you do to get that?" I was like, "I worked my ass off." And he's like, "Well, what do you do?" And I told him about it, and he's like, "Can you get any words of advice?" And I was like, "Where are you coming from?" He's like, I'm from Tennessee. I just moved to Texas." And it's like, "I just noticed that Texas, like, a lot of luxury stuff." I was like, "Yeah, because it's worked for." And he's like, "Well, what did you do?" It's like, "Drew, 6 years I've been grinding my ass off and threw shit against the wall." And I told him, he's like, "You know, do you have any advice?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "What's your passion?" He's like, "Music." I was like, "All right, well, what are you doing to pursue that passion?" I was like, "And also, what are you doing for work right now?" He's like, "Well, I'm kind of in between looking for stuff." It's like, "Well, you're gonna have to get a job. You're gonna have to get a job doing something you probably don't like to pay your bills and eventually like give you enough freeway to do what it is that you do want to pursue. I was like, you're gonna have to get money. I was like, and number two, I was like, bro, I was like, look at you. I was like, you're wearing a wife beater. You got a fucking silver chain. That's like, how much is that? I was like, the way you look right now, if you walked into any office, no one's going to hire you. I wouldn't hire you. I was like, but it also tells me your spending patterns. You've got a wife beater. You've got a very expensive chain. I was like, what's the reasoning behind that? I was like, you're driving a piece of shit car over there. I was like, what are you spending your money on? What's your priorities going on? And then he was just kind of
by the way, I was a drill sergeant.
Yeah, by the way, I was a drill sergeant, yeah. But no, and the cool thing was 2 other dudes come walking up and they hear me and they're like, bro, that's real talk. It's like, yeah, it's fucking real talk. Is it because people don't want to tell you that because they're afraid that you're going to accuse them of racism. Imagine a white guy telling some black guys like, look, how do you look right now?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't hire you. And we've had black people work for us at Shell Shock. The same thing. They came in here presentable. He was a veteran too.
Yeah.
I was like, we'll hire him. Fuck yeah. Great kid. Worked great. I was like, but it's all about your presentation. It's like, so I don't know who taught you, who didn't teach you. I was like, but number one, you got to dress for the job you want. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to make money. That's the way it goes. But you also got to prioritize your spending and shit like that. Now, some people are like, well, that's fucking racism. That ain't racism. That's real fucking talk. That's the real truth of the matter. And that applies to a white guy as well. We've had fucking interviews where a white kid came in here for a fucking interview in cargo shorts and flip flops.
Yeah.
As soon as he walks in, it's like, I'm not hiring this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You came in here, and this guy was a veteran too. I was like, no, he wasn't. He wasn't. But even still, you should fucking know better. You go in for a job interview, you at least wear a nice shirt, maybe some nice jeans and nice shoes. You don't go in there looking like you just came off the streets. Like, absolutely not. And people don't get that. They just don't realize that. So it's kind of like the culture right now. I don't know where these people grew up. I was always taught that if you're going over to somebody's house, you're going to dress nicer. If you're going to go into a job interview, you better be dressed up.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people just think that, by virtue of them saying, I'm here, you're granted a paycheck. Fuck no. Yeah. Absolutely not. But that was real talk with that deal. But because I could tell, like, the light goes on in his head. He's just kind of like, no, this guy's right. It's like, I know I'm fucking right. I was like, I never would have spent money on a fucking necklace. What does that do for you?
Right.
Like, it doesn't do anything. You get street cred. Like, what, you think bitches love that shit? It's like, it's fucking stupid. You're virtue signaling because of a society says this is what's cool. But the successful black motherfuckers don't give a fuck about that stupid shit. They realize where the priority should be. Investing into your business, investing into yourself. Don't blow money on cosmetic bullshit like this culture has encouraged you to do. Dropping $300 or $400 on a pair of fucking shoes. Fuck no. Like, I want to see more entrepreneurs. Like, but you got to prioritize your spending.
Yeah.
And like this dude and his buddies, like all 3 of them are black, just sitting there going like, that's real talk. It's like, yeah, it's real talk. I've done this for so fucking long. Like, you and I didn't take a paycheck for the first 8 fucking months.
Yeah.
So it's like, we've
it
been
was a
there.
grind. It was a grind.
It was a grind.
It's still a grind.
Absolutely. But it's like to say something like that and they didn't even think about that on their own. It's like, who's teaching you? Where are you getting your information from?
That's stuff that should be taught in school.
Fuck yeah. Well, no, that should be taught at home.
At home.
That should be fucking taught at home.
But if you're around kids and you're a teacher and you're,
instead we're
trying
focusing
to
on
make
trans shit. Yeah.
Right. So that should be one of the things that you're teaching kids is that, hey, if you want to be successful, follow successful people.
There you go.
Find out what their traits are.
There you go. 100%. You're dead on the money with that.
Write down a list. I mean, there's a lot of things that you do. Make a list.
Absolutely.
Put up pictures. Make a vision board. There's all that shit. I mean, people think, that's not. Well, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Ask any of them.
Yeah. I
Ask
like what you
anybody
said about follow successful people. Like, why are you following losers?
Yeah.
Also, the other thing is kind of like, and I even told him, like, you're in the music game. Like, bro, that's a very saturated industry. But I was like, okay, where are you uploading your shit to? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, your music. I was like, you're creating. He's like, yeah. I was like, are you uploading? He's like, oh, I don't really know how to do that. It's like, nah, nope. I was like, it's not an excuse. It's like, you got Google. It's like, you got an iPhone in your hand right there. Don't tell me you don't know how to do something. You can literally YouTube it right now. I was like, TikTok's blowing the fuck up. You know how many artists have been discovered on TikTok alone by going viral? It's like, you could be the next fucking discovery. I was like, but you're not even trying because you're too fucking lazy. he just looked at me and I'm like, bro.
I love weed just as much as the next guy. But sometimes you got to put that shit down to get to work.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's just like there's a time to play and there's a time to fucking grind.
I went golfing yesterday and around the 9th hole, there was like a group of older men in front of me. And this one guy, he's like, hey, you want to join? I was like, no, I'm good. I'm relaxing. I'm like be by myself or whatever. And he's like, you're just back here smoking, ain't you? I was like, maybe. He's like, you want to burn one? So he packed the ball. Instead of burned it.
Oh, that's fucking great.
He's like, I'm 58 years old, man.
I'm telling you, as soon as Texas legalizes it, we're gonna be selling weed. We're gonna figure out how to get a license and convert Shell Shock into a local dispensary. It's coming.
It was great though. That's
Maybe
what I
that's
love
what we should
golfing,
just save our money up for, to when eventually Texas does legalize it, we can just become a dispensary.
Yeah, I'm.
We got to figure out how to do that.
It's on the list.
That's where the real fucking money's at. Oh my God, that's where bro. I saw like 2 weed shops in Oklahoma, medical marijuana. I'm just like, those guys got to be fucking raking it in. They got to be raking it in. As soon as they legalize that shit, game the fuck on, man.
But our products. I told the guy that I was like, yeah, I'm part owner of a CBD shop. I was like, we sell a lot of Delta 8, Delta 9 stuff, and I was like, I smoked pot for a long time, but once we started getting into the Delta 8, I was like, that's all I take now.
Yeah, I love it.
Every night it relaxes me.
Yeah,
Helps me.
I don't have to fuck up my lungs with vapes. And shit like,
That's what I told him. I was like, it's not hard on my lungs or anything like that. So it's like it's just as good, if not better. And it comes with a lot of different benefits too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is a good segue into Shell Shock CBD.
ShellShockCBD.com. Hey, FBI raiding your home. We got a fix for you. Drop a Delta 8 gummy, and you're not going to give a flying fuck after that. Now, you will, but it'll just be more mellow to do it. So, ShellShockCBD.com. Yeah, the Delta 8 and the Delta 9, they will fuck you up.
It's good.
People, this is not a joke. And we also have sample packs.
Plus,
these will fuck you up.
I mean, the CBD products, too, are phenomenal and great to take daily.
If you have to take a drug test, refer to the CBD THC free products. If you don't, check out the THC products. They're both great. We have it so good for people on both sides. If you want to take a drug test, we got you covered.
Even with the CBD, I'll switch between just taking a tincture or our gummies.
Yeah, I like the gummies.
But I get tennis elbow, and if I don't take it,
sure, it's from tennis, Josh.
I don't know what you got.
You're out there doing a Dutch rudder, or you're doing like the fucking ski poles on both sides.
I'm gonna do you right here between this. Nobody's doing that.
Oh my God. Well, hey, more great fucking news. If you didn't hear this one yet, the U.S. is set to send Ukraine $5.5 billion in new fiscal military aid. What the fuck is going on in this country? What the fuck is going on in this country? Zelensky is out there posing for Vogue. You've got Ukrainians vacationing on the fucking beaches, and we're putting out another $5.5 billion.
Which Democrat has a business over in Ukraine right now?
The Bidens do. I mean, fuck, it's called Burisma. I mean, fuck me, Runner Burma, whatever the fuck it's called. Like, Jesus Christ. But meanwhile, they want to hit this new tax. We'll get to this, but real quick. Nikki Haley even calls on Biden to answer for a Mar-a-Lago raid. Nikki Haley, former President Donald Trump's ambassador to the United Nations, called on President Joe Biden to answer for his agencies after the FBI raided Trump's Mar-a-Lago. Blah, blah, blah. She says the American people must always trust their government. She's saying that? Are you really saying that with a straight face? The American people should trust their government?
Oh, Nikki.
Have you been... She took a Delta 8, didn't she?
Yeah, if she did, her mind would be open the other way. She'd be like, you know what? We shouldn't trust our government.
Fuck the IRS. Fuck the FBI. The American people must always trust their government. The DOJ and the FBI don't have the luxury of saying no comment. If they won't comment, then Biden owes it to the American people to answer for his agencies. If Biden doesn't act, the Congress needs to handle this, she tweeted. Bro, trust the government. Okay.
Yeah, right.
The United States will send an additional $5.5 billion in aid to the Ukraine, made up of $4.5 billion in budgetary support and $1 billion in military assistance to help it come to grips with the turmoil of this year's Russian invasion. Listen to what this pays for, folks. The $4.5 billion budgetary grant will fund urgent government needs, including payments for pensions, social welfare, and healthcare costs. What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me?
Didn't Zelensky just ask China to help rebuild their country?
Oh my God. I can't even. We've got inflation like we've never seen it. We've got a recession hitting, and we're fucking paying for Ukraine?
Get my checkbook. Write these sons of bitches a check.
We're giving stimuluses to fucking Ukraine, and meanwhile, we got Americans suffering.
Yeah.
How is this guy not a fucking traitor? How's this guy not being impeached right now?
Of the highest order.
You know damn, I'm just at a loss with this administration. I mean, again, I said we needed 4 years of Biden, but fuck me in the ass. I never thought they would be this fucking bad. Like, dude, a trained chimpanzee can go up there and do a better fucking job than this clown.
I'm telling
you. It's ridiculous.
I thought,
like, all the chimp would have to do is just pick up shit from himself and throw it at a wall. It's like, good job, Mr. President. That's a good decision. And not do anything. And we'd be a lot better off than we are now. Like, think about that, folks. Really think about that. If we had someone in the office that was literally like Weekend at Bernie's, just sitting there slumped over, just dead.
Yeah.
We would be a lot better off than we are right now. And that's fucking sad. That is fucking sad.
Yeah, I'm on board with what Dinesh D'Souza said way back in 2012 when they're like slowly dripping in like this new world order and Great Reset and all that shit. And when Trump lost, they lost all that time. So now they got to hit fast forward on everything to speed up the process of where they wanted to be.
Klaus Schwab and the rest of those douchebags.
Yeah, so I think when they have to speed it up, it really magnifies just how terrible they are.
The funding coordinated with the U.S. Treasury Department through the World Bank will go to the Ukrainian government in tranches, beginning with a $3 billion disbursement in August, USAID said. It follows previous transfers of $1.7 billion in July and $1.3 billion in June, USAID said. Washington has also provided billions of dollars in military and security support. The $1 billion arms package announced by the Pentagon is the largest single military package under President Joe Biden's drawdown authority, including long-range rocket munitions and armored medical transport vehicles. It includes as many as 50 M113 armored medical transports and munitions for the U.S. supplied HIMARS long-range rocket launchers and the NASAMS surface-to-air missiles. The fiscal military aid packages, both first reported by Reuters on Monday, are drawn from a $40 billion aid package for Ukraine approved by Congress in May. Overall, the United States has contributed more than $18 billion to Ukraine this year. $18 billion fucking dollars of your money.
It's such an insane amount of money.
But hey, don't worry about that, folks, because you know how? You know what's going to happen? Middle-class Americans to bear brunt of IRS audits under Dem inflation bill, analysis show. Americans making less than $75,000 will be subject to 710,863 additional audits, according to the analysis. We've hired another, what do they say, 84,000 IRS agents?
I think it's like 87,000.
87,000 IRS agents. They said the baseline salary is $60,000. I don't even think my phone's be able to register this. So we'll go 87,000 times, we'll say 60,000. Jesus Christ, 5.22, like with an E. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's...
And what's going to happen? More people to squeeze more out of middle and lower class America.
That's it.
The rich are fine. They're going to be okay. Like you raise the thing on the rich, they're just going to move. They're taking their money offshore. I guarantee they're going to do that. Meanwhile,
not only that, but they're the ones who can afford
lawyers to fight
the smart attorneys who could fight those cases, get it thrown out.
Yep.
Those are the people who can afford. People making less than $100,000 a year, $200,000 a year.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to afford that shit. You're already paying a lot in taxes. Like our taxes, we were just talking about it before we came and did the podcast. Since April, we've paid for April, May, and June. We paid almost $80,000 in taxes, and then they sent us a bill or a letter saying that we owe them another $748, and if we don't pay it by a certain date, then
we get penalized.
They'll keep penalizing it. Like, are you gonna?
Last I checked, I didn't realize that taxes were like an interest drawing thing from the IRS bank.
You know how much?
Are you fucking kidding me?
This small business generates hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes that the government just takes and gives to Ukraine. Their buddies. These.
I don't even want to know.
All these programs.
Since we've launched our business, I don't even want to know how much we paid in taxes.
It's a lot.
It's insane. We could be doing so much more for the local economy than what the government's doing with our money.
Even the community.
100%. It's nuts. Like, we could be making so much more fucking money. And who best to operate your business? We've already made this business successful, so clearly the government isn't going to do anything for us. So why do we trust the government?
They haven't done anything.
Yeah, the government's done nothing for us. We pay these taxes. What have we gotten back as a small? Any breaks?
No representative from the government has come in here to meet with us about how we could expand our business or do things to help us out, to grow it. Nobody.
Why are we paying
Nobody
these
from the
clowns?
government has come in to say anything to us about how we could be more successful or some good ideas. Like, hey, you know what you should do is this. This would help you out. Nothing. You know what they do? They send us letters telling us that we owe them more money for nothing.
That's why when people commit tax fraud now, tax evasion, I'm cheering them on. Good for you.
Yeah.
Fuck the government. Like, fuck them. Good for you.
What do you mean not paying your fair share?
Exactly. That's
you know
the
what?
stupidest
You're not
thing.
doing your fair share of fucking work.
Damn right.
You cocksuckers.
Yep. Americans who earn less than $75,000 per year are slated to receive 60% of additional tax audits expected under Democrats' spending package, according to analysis released by House Republicans. The analysis, which is a conservative estimate based upon recent audit rates and tax filing data, shows that individuals with an annual income of $75,000 or less would be subjected to 710,863 additional IRS audits, while those making more than $1 million will receive 52,295 more audits under the bill. The legislation, the Inflation Reduction Act, would roughly double the IRS's budget to increase enforcement and therefore federal tax revenue. They basically just put the tax ban on steroids. They're going to squeeze more out of every fucking citizen while spending more money to do this.
Oh, yeah.
Valued shoppers at Walmart and other retailers already struggling with higher prices and more expensive fuel to drive to the store will get hit with 710,000 additional audits thanks to Manchin-Biden Democrat bill. House Ways and Means Committee ranking member Kevin Brady at a Texas said in a statement after releasing the study, every retailer in the U.S. who cares about their hard-hit customers should be fighting to block this unnecessary harassment of hardworking Americans, he added. Overall, the IRS would conduct more than 1.2 more annual audits of Americans' tax returns. According to the analysis, another 236,000 of the estimated additional audits would target individuals with an annual income between $75,000 and $200,000. To boost tax enforcement, the Inflation Reduction Act would appropriate more than $79 billion in additional funds to the IRS over the next decade, nearly doubling the agency's current budget. The IRS is expected to hire tens of thousands of more agents to enhance enforcement efforts that are projected to increase revenue by $124 billion.
Read that last part again. How much? What is their annual budget before this bill?
Clearly, it was already to boost and appropriate more than $79 billion. Next decade, nearly doubling the agency's current budget. So there you have it. That's how much money goes into the fucking IRS
just to run it,
just to run this shithole,
so they could track us down. This affects Democrats too. If you're a Democrat,
Democrats don't give a fuck because they're socialists.
No, if you're a Democrat, and let's say you're making a modest, like 150, 180, somewhere around there, you'll get audited.
Yeah.
And that process isn't fun at all. I watched my dad go through an audit a few years ago. It cost him a lot of money.
Just to go hire a lawyer or?
To hire a lawyer, the penalties, fees, and all kinds of different shit.
It's ridiculous. The IRS is it's a fucking bully. It's like the mafia.
It really is.
The mafia could run the country better than the IRS could.
I don't even think it's more like Nazis. This is more like how Hitler ran his country. Like, you just couldn't walk about the streets without paying your fair share. Like, shake it out of you.
In response to criticism about the expected uptick in tax audits under the bill, IRS Commissioner Charles Rettig said Thursday that audit rates will not increase relative to recent years. Yeah, bullshit. The legislation doesn't explicitly guarantee that Americans making under $400,000 won't see tax increases under the IRS provision. The bill states that it is not intended to increase rates for taxpayers who aren't in the top 1% of earners. There is language in this bill that provides some guidelines, but it is not an at all a guarantee. William McBride, the vice president of the Federal Tax and Economic Policy and the Nonpartisan Tax Foundation, told Fox Business in an interview. It indicates that the intent of the increased spending is not to target those earning less than $400,000, but intent is a somewhat squishy word. The fact of the matter is most returns report income under $100,000, he continued. That's where the money is, so to speak. McBride added that the middle-class Americans aren't able to afford the same resources as wealthy individuals to avoid scrutiny, and you're 100% right on that, what you just said. But that's astounding to me, how Democrats want to sit there and be in favor of something like this by targeting people in that 100K and below, 75K and below. It's like, are you kidding me? Yeah. This is the middle class. This is lower and middle class Americans, and ultimately, when you pass these fucking bills, it's middle class Americans that bear the brunt of this shit. The wealthy are fine. Oh, yeah. The lower class are fucking relying upon the upper and middle class. Ultimately, the middle class is just getting fucked.
Oh yeah.
In order to grow, your middle class needs to be strong, and right now, they're shredding us. They are fucking shredding us. Tax pay, again, gas money's through the fucking roof. Groceries are about to go up even more. Now, you're hitting small businesses with a 15% fucking corporate tax. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm all for a revolution at this point. I'm sick of this shit. I am sick of this shit. And,
this is clearly taxation without representation.
Bro, this is favoriting corporations. Corporations run America now. It's been that way for a very long time. Why else are they trying to destroy small businesses? Why else during the COVID vaccine lockdowns did they not let small businesses stay open? And I've talked about this before. Logistically thinking about this, folks. If we're sitting there saying that we want to stop mass spread of COVID, then why are you funneling people into places such as Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, Target, main corporations? They stayed open, but mom and pop shops got closed? Doesn't make sense to me. If you want to prevent super spreading events, let them spread out. Visit different stores. We could have stayed open. We could have let these businesses remain open and continue making money. But instead, the great idea was to favor corporations, and they made fucking massive gains. Oh my God, the reports from 2020 all the way up to now have been insanely high.
Yeah.
They've been having record profits. But why? Because the government fucking favored them. The government got involved in the free market and they fucked it up as per the norm. As per the norm. So the reason behind this, it's corporate Americans basically lobbying the government and getting these fucking like, you can't tell me that's not how it works. You can't tell me because everything points to that fucking direction. Why else are they crucifying small businesses? Why? Makes no sense. Big businesses can afford it.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck. Amazon's okay. But small businesses, fuck.
Hey, if you're giving Nancy Pelosi insider stock trading information, obviously you're going to get on their side.
Jesus.
You know, if it's how they become so wealthy.
These people are nuts. These people are fucking nuts. Jesus. There are certainly more resources as you go up the income scale or more expertise, and the IRS knows it, he told Fox Business. They will need to increase the audit rates on middle class and low income folks to get the sort of revenue they're claiming from this, McBride said. People don't have the resources to get a letter in the mail from the IRS threatening them. What are they going to do? It might be an increase of a few bucks, a few $100 that the IRS is requesting. Rather than go out and try and get a lawyer to fight it, they'll generally pay it. And he's 100% right.
Yeah.
100% right on that. That's why the judicial system, it's fucked up. It's all around money. It's all about money. That's not justice.
Nope.
Mark Miley, woke general, fat fuck. Mark Miley wanted to resign under Trump, but stayed to fight from the inside.
You know what that means.
What did you fight from the inside? I mean, he's literally admitting that he was trying to fight back against Trump. This guy's a traitor.
Yeah,
You were a traitor to the fucking president. Yeah. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Miley, wanted to resign in June 2020 under President Donald Trump and even drafted a letter to that effect, but decided to stay in and fight him from the inside, according to the excerpt from a new book. This guy's a fucking traitor.
He stuffed so many ballot boxes.
Piece of fucking shit. Fuck that guy in his service. Miley told his staff, fuck that shit, I'll just fight him, according to an excerpt from the book, The Divider, by Susan Glasser and Peter Baker, published by The New Yorker on Monday. So he admits he went against the president.
Yeah.
The very man you're I'm sorry. That's weird to me, General, because I thought that we were supposed to obey the orders of the commander-in-chief. Is that not in your oath? It 100% is. You violated your oath based upon what? Politics? You kidding me? You're a piece of shit. Fuck this traitor. Him and Lloyd Austin. Woke-ass pieces of shit. I want to understand white rage. Fucking string this guy up. Piece of fucking shit. Go woke and go broke. Lastly, I was looking forward to this, but now I'm not. HBO's Game of Thrones prequel, Goes Woke, will explore internalized misogyny and patriarchy.
Finally.
And I'm not watching it now.
Thank God.
Thank God for this, because that's what we need in a fictitious world, is exploring the patriarchy and misogyny. Maybe you cunts just need to shut the fuck up and stop your goddamn whining. No wonder men fucking are like I'm pro-patriarchy now. Like, shut the fuck up. We are tired of hearing you fucking bitch and moan and whine. For a sex that is so empowered, you certainly have to announce how empowered you are all the fucking time. Women are empowered. Guess what? Empowered people don't have to say they're empowered. They just are. That's all it is. It's bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. HBO's upcoming miniseries House of Dragon, the highly anticipated prequel series to Game of Thrones, will bring, and I'm really not in favor of the patriarchy, I just like saying that to piss off the feminists, will bring woke gender politics to the novelist George R.R. Martin's universe by exploring internalized misogyny, the patriarchy, and other feminist tropes. You fucking cunts are some of the most intolerable, just annoying fucks there are.
You know, I've completely support the right to put this out there and make any type of
They're
show that
lose
they want.
so much money.
But watch
so
how
much.
I don't watch it.
Exactly.
And watch how a bunch of other people don't watch it because
The
it's
left
not
will rally, but it
interesting.
won't be enough. It won't be enough. Yeah.
It won't be interesting.
The new series follows the relationship between two women, Alicent Hightower and Rhaenyra Targaryen, who are close friends as children, but who become adversaries as adults.
Oh.
In an interview with IndieWire, one of the stars explained the show's feminist spin. Because we got to have the feminists putting their shit in there. It's like the feminists just like, you could be having a good time.
Wasn't
like
like the main
you can have like a great picnic or a great movie, and suddenly this bustler, this van load full of these fat, angry, blue-haired fucking feminists come out and, like, "Ah!" And they just hoisting down their jeans and just shitting all over everything. It's like, down with the patriarchy, stand for women. It's like, nobody fucking likes you. Like, you are some of the most miserable cunts there are. Like, Jesus Christ, no wonder you're miserable. Nobody's fucking you. You need to get fucked. That's why you keep turning lesbian, because dudes aren't going to stick their meat sticks inside of you. You're gross. You smell. You don't shave. You're fat. You're ugly. You get your face full of fucking metal. You shave your heads. You look like a fucking retarded schmeagle. Nobody wants to fuck you. No wonder you're feminist. No wonder you fuck each other. It's the truth. When was the last time you saw a hot fucking feminist lesbian? They don't exist. They don't exist. They're all ugly. Rare. It's like a great white buffalo. Great white buffalo. Great white buffalo. Great white feminist lesbian buffalo. That's the truth.
Wasn't the
And if
main
Matt
character-
Gaetz comes out and says that, I'm going to flip my shit. He's already fucking using my talking points about the abortionists. He's like, I don't understand why they're mad. Like, nobody wants to fuck them. It's like, bro, I've been saying that for years. I've been saying, you don't get to, I feel like that should be credited to me. Go tell Matt Gaetz, stop stealing my shit.
Knock it off, Gates.
Knock it off, Gaetz. I'm watching you. House of Dragon really creates a nuanced conversation of misogyny. Actress Miley Alok told IndieWire, as these two fucking cunts are the lead roles in this series, explain to me how you want to sit there and talk about misogyny. That's like Colin Kaepernick talking about racism. Shut the fuck up.
That's what my question was. There's quite a few female leads in Game of Thrones, right?
Yes. There were quite a few female leads. Right. Absolutely.
I mean, I didn't watch it, but
the thing was, they were actually good leads. They didn't make it, female power. It was just these bitches were in charge. It's like, fuck yeah. Like, they did a damn good job. Stay away from the woke bullshit. But these people aren't going to. Mm-hmm. And it's going to tank it. I'm not watching this shit. We don't only explore it through a level of women being shut down and the patriarchy, but also go in depth about the internalized misogyny that women are constantly faced with and the competitiveness. Alicia and Rhaenyra's relationship is at the forefront of that conversation. Her comments came after a media concocted backlash against Game of Thrones, which sought to portray the hit series as George R.R. Martin himself as sexist because of the series' rape scenes. Oh my, it's fucking entertainment. Okay, real quick, for any Democrats that might listen for whatever reason, I don't know. You're not welcome here, but whatever. You do realize this isn't real. You know dragons aren't real, right? Not like this kind, like the fire-breathing dragon heart style. I am the last one.
I know.
These don't exist. So in these rape scenes, you know, they also had incest scenes in the original Game of Thrones. You're not crying about that, are you? Where the brother's fucking his sister. You nothing to say on that. But then the rape scenes are what you have issues with because that's just misogyny. Oh my.
What about the murder?
God. Yeah.
Is it murder?
Nope. No, we're not talking about that. Only if it's a woman being raped. Forget it. The rest of it doesn't matter. If it's a woman murdering a man, absolutely, we're okay with it. We're good. No, we're not gonna talk about that. Not talk about that.
Don't watch it.
Exactly. This shit's stupid. As a result of the creative team behind House of Dragon has been working hard to reassure journalists they will not commit the same sin. Of writing in a rape scene? This is why liberals are the death of entertainment. You're not funny. Your comedians suck ass. Your entertainment is fucking garbage. Nobody watches your shit. You're not, I mean, my God. We've got the likes of Dave Chappelle, Jim Breuer, great fucking comedians, George Carlin. These motherfuckers, what do you, like Amy Schumer? Really? That's who you got? My pussy's, my pussy's so, it smells, like trying to be like a man. No, you're an ugly fat woman. Play that role. You play it very well. Be that. Don't be something else. You're not Richard Pryor. You're not. You're really not. God, maybe we do need misogyny to come back. These fucking annoying cunts, I swear to God, they're so miserable. And they just want to make everybody around them miserable as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever actually been around some of these people? I have.
Yeah, I have.
Oh my God, they're so miserable. Like, you can't
really
even have a fun conversation. Like, I have one that I'm friends with, very, very
No, they
loose
can have
friends.
fun conversations in their own group of people. But once they get out of their group, then everything else, like somebody else could say the exact same thing that they said.
Yeah.
But because they don't know the context of what that person is saying, they'll get a bunch of people together and they'll get them fired from their job.
Jesus, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They must bring with them like rolling beds, because virtue signaling nonstop has got to really take it out of you. You got to be like taking naps every couple of hours. Like, oh my God, I just virtue signaled so fucking hard.
Oh, that was so good.
How else am I going to let the world know what a good person I am by, talking about we got to fight the patriarchy and misogyny? It was like, oh my God. What do we call fighting these stupid women that just need to shut the fuck up?
I don't know. I think a lot of them like to play the victim, where
Oh
they
my
think
God,
that they're
100%,
helping.
yeah.
They're helping the world.
Yeah,
by
it's
doing
not.
what they're doing, and then they'll complain about it. And then that's why you have these libs of TikTok.
Libs of TikTok, yeah, I love that account. Like, oh my God, but these people are just fucking, they're just, dude, I imagine shitting one of these things out, raising it and seeing it turn into this. It's just like, I get the abortion stance now. I get it. It makes sense. If liberals want to murder their own, fair enough. Because realistically, do we want them growing up to be more liberals? No, not really. Not necessarily. We don't need any more of these people in our world. We don't. They are what's ruining this world. They're the same ones that think a 4-year-old can identify as trans. I mean, that's how fucking disgusting and perverse these people are.
That's so sad. I'm surprised that when that happened here in Texas, you had the husband and wife who got divorced, and the wife wanted to raise their son as a girl, and they had to go to court.
Yep. Blew my mind. That was in Plano.
Here in Texas.
Yeah, that was in Plano.
Yeah. I mean,
just nuts. Fucking nuts. That's just crazy.
The fact that another adult, a judge who hands out judgments, even let it go that far.
Yeah.
Like, this is a 4-year-old kid, or however.
Ma'am, that is a child and it's a boy. You're dismissed. Like, no, get out of here with the crazy bullshit.
Yep. I'd want 100% custody of my child.
Yeah. That woman should be locked up.
She should be in a mental institution.
Yeah.
On some heavy, heavy drugs.
This is where we're at, folks. America is circling the drain right now. It's bad. It's really bad. But hey, midterms, vote.
I'm telling you, it's
because after midterms, if we don't vote, dude, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, oh my God, we'll survive 4 years of Biden, but we're gonna come out the other end looking really, really bang the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
bang the fuck up. Like it's getting bad. And then this fall again, and I've said this before, start getting your foods, get your canned goods, get your dry goods, start buying it now. Because come fall, I'm telling you, come harvest, it's not going to be good. Price is going to go up. But, well, all right, folks, that does it here at the All American Savage Studio in Richardson, Texas, the Shell Shock CBD HQ. We love you. We appreciate you. Hey, if you haven't checked out the new YouTube video yet on the John Ross YouTube page, just go YouTube John Burke or John Ross, How to Paint Like a Feminist. It'll pop up. Do us a favor. Go share that new video. Leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. Really appreciate you. What is this? What the fuck is this?
It's your pitch music.
Here's my pitch music. Okay. Check out shellshockcbd.com. Use code Burke. Get yourself 10% off of all the products there. Again, we also have sample packs. You can't get a discount on those, though. So, support a veteran-owned, American-operated company right here. The fastest-growing podcast in the office. Appreciate that love and support. You guys are incredible. Thank you for all the love. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Sergeant Savage. You can follow me on Instagram at John Burke Official or John Savage Burke. And on TikTok, it's just John Burke. Until tomorrow, folks, it's great to be back from vacation. We'll get back into some more news. We love you. We appreciate you. Anything to add, my man?
I love you guys.
And as always, folks, you stay savage, America.